I'm John Hanna for CDTV.net, and we have Annie Turso, wine director for Asiate.
Of all the different wines that you've already had, which one is the one that you would consider something that when you go to bed at night you think about that wine?
You know, that's a hard question because it's so much more than just a bottle of wine. It typically incorporates an experience of who you're sharing that with. If I look back over those special bottles over the years, more often than not, it's a champagne one that comes to memory. Because, you know, champagne is always a celebratory of nature. Typically you are celebrating, enjoying it with other people. But I've got crazy stories of having my own, you know, Miles moment, who's that character from Sideways, and enjoying, you know, a beautiful bottle of champagne at home by myself with Chinese takeout. I've got stories of drinking beautiful vintage Krug on the golf course at the end of the day as the sun's setting. And you know, beautiful stories of enjoying magnums of a really special champagne over a tasting menu at a fantastic restaurant here in New York as well. So it's for me it's really champagne because it can be so many different things, and it can carry you through from when you first sit down, whether you're having caviar or creme brulee or truffles or wagyu beef, and whether you're just, you know, finally enjoying after the bubbles have subsided at the end of the glass and just enjoying the actual wine that it is, even without the bubbles. So it's, for me, it's really champagne.
Sounds like you're very passionate about your work. Now, how do you pick out the wines that would go well with the spring menu here in Asiate?
Well, I always certainly, my whole philosophy for pairing is to always really underscore the food. I think what we see here in the dishes of Brandon's is that even though we have some intense ingredients and intense flavors on the plate, you never want to overwhelm that flavor, that protein, that source, that starch. So I always try and find wines that are very well balanced, that have really clean, pristine fruit flavors, and that aren't going to, as I already said, overshadow the food. I love to work with local wines. Throughout the years, we have these taste of seasonal menus. I love to work with local wines, of course, because I want to support local agriculture. Two, because I do think that they represent great value for quality. And three, going back to what I said about not wanting to overwhelm the food, they're typically, the fruit flavors are very clean and concise and not overblown like other areas in America. And also the alcohol levels, because the regions are somewhat cooler, again, as opposed to perhaps the other coast, the balance of the wine, the alcohol levels are a little more just mellow and more food friendly because of that.